And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty. Right? I have to say that Donna has cracked me up. She said you and I would be great in silent movies.
Well, we practice every morning for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, we do.
We just don't have anything across the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, I could put up a ticker that says no sound until we hit the cows. When you see the cows, the sound is a coming.
We just hope they can't read our lips on some of these things.
Some of the stuff we watch is funny.
Oh, man.
That was a good joke that Odie told me there right before we went off.
Meridan, Mississippi. Worst place to ever be. I think the fella's lying, to be honest.
He said chicken wire, didn't he?
Yeah, he said he went to a bar and it was nothing but chicken wire and worst place he ever been, Meridan, Mississippi. I've been to a lot of bars and I ain't seen no chicken wire.
Not Meridian.
No.
What did we have out at John Wesley Hardin? No, they didn't have any chicken wire.
They didn't have chicken wire.
Mr.
The fourth
B's?
rule was you can't have a gun. Well, no.
Oh, but it was funny the way he told the joke. So maybe he was just making us the blunt of jokes there.
I think so.
As we begin today, the big question is, what is the weather going to do? Now, we're under a winter weather advisory. This includes a wind chill advisory and also a hard freeze warning. All three of those are not good, are they, Odie?
No, not at all. And we're not totally prepared. We don't deal with this every day. So each family out there is just not totally prepared for this, but we hope that everybody spent the weekend getting prepared, spending today getting prepared, getting your pipes ready, being, I guess, I just went lost. Believe it or not, there's some people that don't believe it.
Trying to be prepared for whatever comes.
Trying to be prepared for whatever comes, yeah.
Nash Vegas, Murfreesboro. 2 inches of snow, Joyce says.
Jumpertown, Mississippi.
That's a new one to me.
Yeah, where's Jumpertown at, Terry?
Terry, yeah, I don't recognize that. Now, let's pull up radar, Odie, and kind of show what's going on at the moment. As we look at, and this will show Tennessee as well, as we have a lot of folks that watch from different areas. As we pull up Meridan Honda radar, this is what we've got in northern Mississippi right now, all the way up to Nashville. If you'll see that these are storm reports. All of the blue is going to be snow. All of the pink is going to be the wintry mix of sleet and ice, things of that nature. Now, you look out to our west, not a lot happening down here. There's some in between Shreveport and Monroe. This is moving northeasterly. The things that are back building here is what will affect East Mississippi, and it will be after 5, Odie, before we get any of this to our area. So it's a long ways off, and it depends upon what all of this stuff does in this area. That's what would affect our area as it comes across. This right here is going to miss this area.
Yeah, how much rain are we going to get? How much precipitation are we going to get in our area? If that chance rises, then chances are we're going to have a worse situation than what we anticipate as of now.
That's right.
We do look, bridges are going to ice over. We just go ahead and say that out front.
Yeah.
Just make your plans that bridges are going to ice over. I know MDOT has been out getting some stuff prepared, putting some stuff on some bridges, trying to get that done. You can't do it too early, and then sometimes you end up waiting too late. It's one of those balancing acts.
It's like asking your first date out. You got to hit the timing just right.
Yeah, you got to get it just right. That's not something we deal with every year and 4 or 5 times a season.
And let's do this. Let me pull this up because I get asked a lot about, well, what's it going to do here? Let's talk about Meridian first and what the forecast is. Odie, as we see for today, the holiday, we get a 30% chance of rain. That's not going to move in until after 3 o'clock. So as I was saying, 5 o'clock is where it could start to become bad. Our high is going to be 39, 40. Now tonight, 40% chance of freezing rain and sleet before 11 o'clock. Then a chance of sleet between 11 and 3 a.m. Low, what is that low, Odie?
18.
gust of 20 miles an hour. Now, let's move over to Newton. They pretty much have a carbon copy of Meridian, except it's going to be 16 for a low in Newton County. I'll be ready for that. Same forecasted percentage, but a low of 16. Now, as we go to Philadelphia, Mississippi, low of 16 also, 30% chance of where Meridian has 40, Philadelphia at this point has a 30% chance of freezing rain before 9 o'clock.
But their high is 34, which is just barely outside that freezing range.
I mean, the least little move could change it.
Yes.
Now, as we go to Forest, Mississippi, today's high is going to be somewhere around 37, where Meridian is going to be close to 40. They're looking at 37 there. But 30% chance of rain and sleet after 5, as we've talked about. Look at the low in Forest, Mississippi.
15. A 1.5.
Hoo, 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 hoo.
Oh, boy.
A little warmer in Quitman. I know I get a lot of questions about that. Now, rain high of about 45, even 5 degrees warmer there. And there are chances of sleet and all of that, but look at that low.
I mean, low at 19 tonight, 40% chance of freezing rain. I hadn't talked to Barry this morning. I know Harold's getting ready. May have to use him a little bit, but he's got Harold getting some plans together.
Yes, he does. Now, here's the game changer of where if you were to draw a line and go, okay, it gets a little bit worse, we'll go to DeKalb, Mississippi. DeKalb is that line to where they're saying 30% chance of rain before 3 o'clock. And then this is the first mention of freezing rain before dark that we get.
This rain, it's coming down as a liquid and then hitting these power lines, instantly freezing. What doesn't freeze as it falls, that's a lot of weight. And that weight pulls an awful lot down on these power lines on top of tree limbs. And that's where our power outages come from. The weight of the ice on the power lines pull the power lines down, or the weight of the ice on a tree limb brings the tree limb down on top, or the tree on top of the power line. There is a good chance that we lose a lot of power in a lot of different areas.
Oh, yeah.
Over the next day or two.
So get your blankets to where you know where they are. Be ready for all of that. If you've got gas, you got a few hours to get it delivered here. If you're out of gas, make sure check your tank. Don't go to bed tonight without that. The low in DeKalb is going to be 16. Woohoo! Let's go to Macon, Mississippi. We got a lot of folks in Noxubee County watch us also. 40% chance. This is a higher risk. A 40% chance of sleet before 3 o'clock. Freezing rain. Sleet between 3 and 4. Then freezing rain after 4. Today's high only 33 in Macon, Mississippi. That is 1 degree of being a mess. Now, if we look at the wind, look at that. 15 tonight. Now, let's go up to Louisville, Mississippi. We got a lot of people that watch us from Winston County there.
Yeah.
Look at the percentage of sleet this morning.
It's 50% after 9 o'clock. Freezing rain after 1 p.m. But here's the kicker. The high is 29.
Hubba, hubba.
The high in the sunlight is 29. It's going to freeze.
That's correct. Mess is not the word, so y'all look out in Winston County.
But did you see their wind chill for tonight?
Ooh, Odie.
It's a negatory uno.
Man, that scares me just thinking about it.
The low is 12.
With a -1.
Oh.
So when we tell you to please check on the elderly and pets, please do so. Livestock now, don't forget about them. They need to, as much as you can take care of them as well. It's an investment.
Yeah.
You care about your pets. You love them to death. So please take care of all that. We got more to come up. We're going to dig deeper into this forecast here and look at some of these forecasted maps and all of that. So you'll be up to date on everything that is going on. We'll be right back, Odie. As the seasons change, so do your clothes. And Garrett Sports Center on 8th Street has exactly what you need. Haybo shirts, long and short sleeve. Also Hulk shirts. And America's favorite brand, Carhartt. Whether you need work pants or slacks for church. And nothing lasts like a pair of Carhartt overalls. Maybe it's a set of boots that you need. From box to lacrosse, they have the boot for you. And as hunting season rolls in, they have all the camouflage you need and toboggans to boot. Garrett Sports Center,
3505 8th Street, Meridian.
Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Best Sadia Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing or a simple place to park your car, a garage, a camp house. Maybe you need a place to park your tractor, your motorcycle, or even that lawnmower. They can custom design whatever it is you need. Quality work, trustworthy, Best Sadia Buildings. Speak with Drew, 601-728-1954. If it's crossed your mind about a new tractor, visit my friends at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 here in Collinsville. They got any style, any size that you're looking for. And right now, you can take advantage of getting a new tractor, a trailer, and a bush hog, all for $31,000, 0% interest for 84 months. Yeah, 0% for 84 months. Also, a great service department to work on any tractor that you have. From bush hogs, disc, and tillers, see it all at Freeman Tractor, Highway 494 in Collinsville. And welcome back. Your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie as we have this is cold too, 25.
Just gives chills as you think about the temperature.
It does. Now, as we look at the great state of Mississippi, here's what we have so far. This is from the National Weather Service. They finally put out a little stuff this morning. It took them a little while.
Yeah, we got a briefing at 11 today.
That's when it comes out at 11. Here's what we have right now. This is what we're showing right there. As we look at this, a level 2 for all of our area on up to Tupelo and down. Now, this is, if you look at this, snow, sleet, and ice accumulations likely, and that will be somewhere in this area right in here. We're going to get something here. It's to be determined. There's no one alive that can tell you the exact amount because we don't know.
No, don't have a clue.
A few trees, power lines, and I think that's on the low end of things.
Yeah.
That's going to be our biggest problem that we have there. As you get down here to the coast, light wintry mix could happen there. Significant anywhere up here. Might want to stay put if you're up in Oxford or somewhere like that for the next day or so and just, enjoy yourself. That's what we have on that as we come across and we look at, here's the dangerous cold that is expected through Wednesday. The Meridian area all the way up to Columbus, down to Clark County is a level 3, Odie.
This is something that makes it dangerous for everyone because of you've got to be careful when you try and keep yourself warm. One of the biggest things is power. If we lose power and you use a generator, make sure you use it outside where the carbon monoxide is not building up. It is illegal to hook a generator up to a power panel, whether directly to your power panel or with a double male plug to an outlet, which feeds back to your power panel without the correct breaker in there, because that back feeds into the power lines. And it may be 110 going back into your wall, but as soon as it hits that transformer, it's back up to major service. And if that power line is completely knocked out and the power company is out working on it, and you've charged that line with your little generator, you could injure someone or kill someone because of backfeeding power.
Watch all that.
It is illegal. If you're going to use a generator, make sure you do it correct.
As Bob said, disconnect required on all that.
Disconnect is required on that. Just be careful because our linemen are going to be out. If last time we had a storm like this and ice was coming down, trees were falling, everybody had to leave the scene and go back in because the trees were falling at a rapid rate and it was falling
like
near
firecrackers,
us.
doesn't it?
It does. And it was just too dangerous. If you call 911 and ask for help, 911's coming. They're going to dispatch whoever. But just remember, it's going to be a little slower response because of the dangers of the road. It's not going to be as quick. Everybody's got to slow down. Everybody's got to take it easy. We've got to get there, but first, we got to make sure we get there.
As we got a note from Donna that said it's very cold in Columbus right now. Carlene says, whoa, wait a minute. Y'all think it's bad here in Montana where her daughter is -38. There should be no place that...
Oh, Terry, Jumpertown, Mississippi is in Prentiss County, 6 miles west of Booneville, Mississippi.
Now we know.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, welcome, Jumpertown, Mississippi, to the Scotty Ray Report. We do appreciate that. Any snow in Mississippi? Absolutely. Northern Mississippi is covered, Santa. It's covered in it. A couple of inches at least, more on the way as the day progresses there. Now, a couple of numbers that we want to pass along to you as we put this out yesterday, as we pull this up. As you can see, that's I-20 there as you're coming into town. This is what is expected. We got some numbers, emergency contact numbers from the city of Meridian to call Public Works for emergencies, trees down, signal lights out, things of that. You'd call dispatch at 484-6845. And that does include any tree down on a roadway.
Yeah.
After-hour emergencies such as flooding, busted water lines, sewer backup, 485-1975. And then pothole issues, they've got that listed there. And then if you've got water bill issues, they've got numbers for that also. There's a good chance that we could see more businesses close. At this point, today is a holiday. Everything is shut down anyway. Things will supposedly resume tomorrow. Do I expect businesses to be closing? Yes, and we'll have a complete closing list when the first ones start to come in.
Yeah, so if you have a business and you want to be precautious and don't want your employees out and about or whatever the case may be, and you want to take tomorrow off or have a late start tomorrow, let us know so we can push that out. Same with schools, whatever the decision on that is. I don't get paid enough to make a decision for a school, I can promise you.
Melanie Stahl is telling us her daughter lives in Iowa. Negative, what is that?
A negative 40? That's your fault for living in Iowa. I ain't going in the summertime.
Can you imagine what Canada is like? I don't think we got anybody watching from Canada this morning, but let me tell you, I had a friend that owns a place there. He only goes once a year.
When I joined the Navy, my redneck butt ended up in Chicago or Great Lakes during the wintertime for boot camp. And 3-4 foot of snow I didn't like. I got in trouble for shoveling it wrong. I told...
Well, how else were you going to know? You've only shoveled that other word that I can't say.
Exactly.
That word goes together.
I didn't know you shovel snow. And I said, well, I ain't never seen snow. That's how you shovel red dirt where I come from. So I learned a lot.
Maureen says 2 feet of snow is expected in New York. That's pretty serious there. Chris said he laughed at that Walmart truck sliding off of the ditch. It was kind of funny there.
Yeah.
I got one of those up also. Smith County schools are closed tomorrow. We're getting from Margie. That's good to know as we get already on that.
Naked man take a week off. It might be naked woman for the next few days.
He could be. Let's see here what else we got here. Canada, the other day it was a negative 55.
Oh.
We got folks from all over watching this morning. We appreciate each and every one of y'all giving us reports where you're still Meridian hovering at that 25. Let's see what else I had over here.
You know, talking about people watching, I missed a birthday Friday.
Shame on you.
I know it. And Mike Culpepper had a birthday Friday.
Yeah?
And I run into Miss Culpepper the other day and talked to her for a little bit. So she told me that they watch us. So, Mr. Culpepper, Miss Culpepper, good morning. Hope y'all stay warm. Happy birthday. I got you on Facebook, but missed you on the show. It was good to see Miss Culpepper the other day. Nice people. Grew up, I've known them just about my whole life. Went to school with their daughter, and just some good, down-to-earth people. I used to go sell snow cones with him.
I hope not during the winter.
No. He'd come by the house, dun, 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 and I'd run out there and hop in with him and ride around.
The first time I saw that, I was like 6 years old, and we went to visit some friends in California. I'd never seen an ice cream truck before till I went. And sure enough, it made that little music like you're talking about, went around the block. Everybody ran out and bought.
Kids run out. It's the ice cream truck. The ice cream truck.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
We put this picture up, and I thought it was a good showing of what could happen as we look at this. Possibly Philadelphia. It's always good to see things like that. It gives you that burr feel.
Yes, it does.
Now let's get into talking about let's talk about the warming station, Odie, before we take a break here. Let me go back over here and pull this up with the information on the warming station. Important that we have a warming station. As we look at this, as we see, and as it depicts, there will be police there.
Yeah, and that's so. Tactfully, it's hard to say this, but all the responses that were on this post talked about the homeless people and how they wasn't going to use it. And most likely, you're right.
We can't force anybody to go.
Can't force anybody to go. But this is not for the homeless people only. This is for anybody. You may live in an old home that's got a lot of draft in it, that your heat does not add up.
A lot of the old homes, Odie, don't even have insulation in the walls.
Don't have
remember
insulation.
They used to be wood on wood.
And you hear the wind come through your home. Or your mother's power goes out.
What's she going to do?
What is she going to do? She doesn't have a backup heat. That's what this warming station's for. But I tell you, this warming station touched a lot of lives because there's a lot of people that said, what can I do?
It did. A lot of donations,
and people
wasn't it?
showed up, yes. Went by there yesterday and took some things. Checked in with them, make sure that we're, what do y'all need? Let us know. A lot of people have stood up, and it outshone the ones who just wanted to complain about the homeless people. I know I say on here a lot when we start talking about why does the homeless people not have a shelter. They do. There's a place for them to go. They don't, and the reasons why is because they can't drink, do drugs, and stay out all night. There are rules here. This is not a come and go. You can come in. Now, if it's an emergency and it's 11, 12 o'clock at night, you're going to come in. They'll let you in. But doors are going to be closed at 10 unless you absolutely need it. There's none of this going in and out. Once you get there, stay there. There's no drinking. There's no smoking. No pets. We'll just don't have room for the pets. So one of these days we'll figure something out, maybe get with a animal shelter or something and see if there's something we can do with that. But this is for people only. There's going to be food.
I didn't think of this.
Yeah, put some treatment in your diesel. If you have a diesel truck, put some additive in there to keep that from gelling up so it'll operate correct. But this warming station, if you want to help, go by. It's 2900 St. Paul Street. This is the MCCSA, multi-county. It's the Mount Barton. It's not just for Lauderdale County. This is multi-county. So this is anybody that needs to get in out of this cold to come down there. Soup, hot chocolate, coffee, snacks, a cot. You will stay warm, and this is a place that you can go to. If you need help getting there, call 911, and we will try our best to get you there as quick as we can.
Well, let's show where that is on the map. There's a lot of people go, I don't know where that is. This is I-20 right here. This is going to be 29th Avenue or Martin Luther King Jr. Drive.
Yep.
That's where that is. Right here to the right of that, here's the frontage road. You take a turn there to go to it right there.
That's it.
Now, let's do the drop pin where you can see it. That's the building there.
And that's the front door to your right. Right there, straight ahead where that little dot is.
Right there.
That's the front door, so come in there. That's the auditorium. You're looking at the side of the auditorium. And plenty of places to park. But that's it, multi-county building.
And I don't guess I've ever been there before. So when you put the name out on that, I had to stare at it just a second. But that's it, in case you've never been there. Again, 29th Avenue exit is the way you would go to that, and that would lead you to that. We'll be right back.
Hold on, real quick before we do that. Ashley Rickles said, I spoke to a lady who said she didn't want help because she didn't want to tell them her income. Yes, they do ask for your income if you need help with power bills, you need help with such. Not the case for this. We don't care. Nobody cares. You want heat, you want to be safe, you come in here, and no questions asked on that. So I just wanted to touch on that since it was up there real quick.
Robin says that was her old elementary school. I did not realize
it
that.
was an old school. That's exactly right.
Learning more. We'll be right back.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn lawnmowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside the store and see their complete line of Liberty safes along with those Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses along with satin shirts and bead sets. And tons to choose from for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. And a private lobby for pawns for your confidentiality. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn. And welcome back. Your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. As we look at a few of the headlines that have developed over the weekend, we see that a home was struck with gunfire this weekend. Let's pull that up there. This will be in the 2200 block of 33rd Avenue. To give you a reference point, here's Highway 493, which is also Poplar Springs Drive here. It'd be just west of there, past the school, sitting right there. 33rd is where that would be. So there's where the actual place is. And we hate it happened, but no one was injured, thank heavens.
Yeah.
If you got to find a good story in that. And we have to give kudos as we go to Neshoba County. The Neshoba County deputies were on this.
Yeah, they were.
A bank got robbed in Alabama, and it was thought that the criminal might cross into Philadelphia somewhere. So they called the casino, went out, nobody's seen anything. So the deputies thought, well, let me just check. They started checking local motels, and lo and behold, they spotted him. So they backed up and commenced to drinking coffee and waited for him to make his move to come outside. And, well, here's the end result.
There he is.
Boogie there, boogie there.
You get to go answer for the crime you were charged with.
That'd be the getaway car there. There's the mug shot from there. Here's another view of that right there.
With the cuffs. Well, he was dressed nice.
He was dressed nice.
I mean,
your average bank robber doesn't quite do that.
Well, he doesn't get to spend any of that money.
No, and it's an undisclosed amount that he got. Can you pronounce that town? Sylacauga. Yeah, I've never been there in my life, but it was over the Heritage South
I can't hardly
Federal
see it
Credit
this far
Union. Hold your tongue right.
Sylacauga. Yeah.
It's a long way off there. But he robbed the bank at 9:25, and somewhere around 1:30 that afternoon, he'd made his way over here, and, well, he's arrested.
Man.
So y'all don't know how good a sheriff's deputies y'all got up there. We appreciate them.
Salute. Good job. Good job.
Philadelphia, y'all are on that. Still some issues in DeKalb this morning. If you're coming up to the stop, it's going to be cut off from Scuba Street up to Highway 16. And this is the area next to the old Super Stop. It's break time now. Here we are. Oh, we got a hole in the street.
Ow.
They're working on it. One lane of traffic there, but back this way, that road is blocked till they get that repaired. So they're working on it hard to get that taken care of for
That's
you.
a major intersection.
If I'm not mistaken, isn't that a Dollar General right down the road? This is
It
the
is
old
right there on the right. You can see the backside of it back there, right behind the old Super Stop.
So it's just hard to stop saying Super Stop. Sefco never caught on with me.
No, it didn't.
Super Stop, Super Stop.
Super Stop.
See?
That deadgum Seymour.
Yeah, those jingles worked.
This morning at 7:30. So starting here in just a couple of minutes at the MCCSA where the shelter is, they've got a clothes trailer out there. So if you need some clothes, something warm, go by there free. Now, I don't know if they've got jackets. I don't know if they've just got long sleeve shirts or what they've got, but whatever you get, it's free. It's something to keep warm. Go by there if you need an extra layer of clothes.
And if you've got something, ask them about how they handle donations. I'm unsure how they do that, but I'm sure anything would go to someone if you have it that needs it during this time.
Definitely.
And you're right, Andrew. Dog's not liking this cold weather. I got and I didn't pull this up in time. I'm going to show, I'll turn it around. My wife sent me a picture just a little bit ago. It's not often she sends me.
Not a nice picture anyway.
That's right. She sent me a picture of my buddies at the house. I'll show you this.
Oh, Sophie is curled up.
Let me see if I can get that there. There's Sophie, and then that little white dot is
I didn't even see
Ellie.
her. I didn't even see her. I see her now.
Yeah, she's they're all up in the blanket of the bed going, I ain't getting out.
Yeah. All right, so So that's not the Dollar General anymore. That's Stennis Drugstore.
Yeah, they've moved the Dollar General. It's a brand new store right down the road on the left.
Well, I bet
You hadn't been to DeKalb in a while, have
It's
you?
been a little while.
We'll have to make a road trip one day.
The Dynamite City of the South.
You know, Seipel's grocery is missing. I don't think that's here anymore. Where you get the hot dogs and stuff. Man, that was good.
Yeah.
Back in the milk route days when I was a young man, that's where you'd get that DeKalb.
The trailer has coats, socks, headgear, infant to size 3X men and women. Anyone is welcome. You don't have to be staying at the shelter. Wow. Go by there. Heat escapes out of our head and out of our feet. Cover them.
I do.
Cover
daily.
the noggin.
Because it ain't much up there.
Because some of y'all don't have an air stop in the middle.
Listen at you messing with us folks.
Yeah.
Let's show the picture of Oxford, Mississippi with the courthouse in the background. Is this not beautiful, y'all? Look at that.
That is. Wow.
Oxford is a beautiful town anyway, but that snow really gave it that little extra oomph over the top there.
I bet Greg's going to go there because it looks like one of those shows he likes to watch. You know, those frou-frou shows that come on during Christmas.
You ever heard of Morehead, South Carolina?
I've been there. I love Morehead, South Carolina.
That's where they have the bald-headed convention every year, where bald-headed men descend upon it for a convention once a year.
Have you been there?
No, but I heard about it.
Okay.
We interviewed the guy that was head of the bald people there years ago. He was rather humorous.
Do they do it during the summertime?
It was summertime.
I bet they sell a lot of sunscreen.
If you haven't read it, here it is. We've got this posted where you can read the official state of emergency for the state of Mississippi from the governor as we prepare for this winter weather that is approaching, and it is approaching fast.
We did a local emergency declaration yesterday. Talked to Mr. Kyle Rutledge, our president of the board, staying ahead of the game. So that's always good.
So that's up and coming there.
I'll be able to go soon, Alligator said.
Here we go. This is New Albany, Mississippi. As we go to the fire and rescue there. Here's a shot of their little town there. It's that little bit of snow all over the streets there. Beautiful, though, isn't it?
It is. That is gorgeous.
Yeah, so if you have a chance to check that out. Scotty, Ray, and Odie, we're going to be right back. We're going to take a trip down in history, look at a few things, then we'll get all serious again and get back to the weather. Well, to keep you
That's right.
informed. We'll be right back.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
Are you ready for summer? Massey has a 2021 Jeep Wrangler that's waiting on you with only 61,000 miles. How about a Rogue with 57,000 miles? A 23 Camry with only 50 miles on it. Or maybe it's a Toyota Tacoma four-wheel drive that you're needing. From Silverados to F-250s, Massey Supermart Auto Sales, 1023 Highway 39 North. Ray joining us from Hurley, Mississippi. Salute, we appreciate that. We see Bob got lost there for 45 years.
And then made it back.
Got on one of them there circles there and couldn't get out.
Oh, Mike Boland joined us from Cuba.
Cuba, Alabama,
He's
always
building race cars today.
whew, fun stuff.
Ooh, yeah.
Let's go back to 1870 as we begin today. It would be the first time that it was ever used. Well, you see it now, and you look at Harold and you think, well, the Democratic Party, as they started using the donkey today in 1870.
Wow. Harold, is that why Barry's got Harold?
That's it.
Barry, we need to talk.
That's the symbol there.
We need to talk.
1913. Let's go back to this movie. I'm telling you, was one of the funniest things I've ever watched. Well, I picked the wrong day to quit sniffing glue.
And he's got that picture behind him, just like he's sitting at the desk.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was funny.
airplane was, yeah.
Every scene, she's horsing around. Got to see him as a horse in the bed with the wife.
You know when Mrs. Brady was talking jive?
Yes. I can talk jive move. You don't hear that term anymore. Is that a thing of the past now, jive?
I don't know.
Just curious there.
I'm curious. Oh, we're seeing it on here, and I don't know. But somebody just said rest in peace, Hank.
Yes,
Floyd.
we got the information. We'll share that in just a moment. There, we got a picture and all that we got. It was 1929 that we would have Martin Luther King Jr. born on today. Of course, one of the people that is recognized today, Martin Luther King Day.
Yeah, so he made his big speech.
The Dream, wasn't it?
The Dream. And it's been a couple of years. I listened to it years ago and went back, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 years
Great
ago
speaker.
and listened to it again. Not a bad thing to go ahead and pick up and listen to it. But great speaker.
He sure was.
Definitely wanted everybody to work and go out and be part of society. And we do need to continue to come together.
1948, a legend would be born.
Yes, he was.
He'd lose his life here in the state of Mississippi, I believe, in 1977. He will be forever remembered as Ronnie Van Zant was born on this day back in 48. Wrote Sweet Home Alabama in about 10 minutes.
Woo, that must be.
I watched an interview with Hank Jr. He made the comment, it really makes sense of everybody that I've ever known that wrote a huge, huge hit. Every one of them said that it come to them 10 minutes. And Hank said, if it don't come to you in 10 minutes and you have to go, he goes, it's not going to be a hit. He said, it's just not going to be one of those.
So that's why Swift writes about ex-boyfriends. She changes them every so often.
Insert boyfriend name here.
Yeah.
I never understood a single word this woman ever said. I'm not sure what country she came from, but I can't speak the language.
No.
Sharo, is that how you say it?
Something like that.
Yeah. She was sexy now.
Yeah, but
She's still 99 doing that same thing.
Yeah.
Short
She
skirts.
made her money by saying stuff nobody knew.
Right, in short skirts.
And showing herself, yeah.
Yeah, showing herself. That's a good way to put it. It would be today in 1969 that a guy named Mac Davis would write a song. Elvis would record it, and, well, you remember it as Don't Cry Daddy. Together, you and me together, we'll find a brand new mommy. It was a sad song. It was about a husband that loses his spouse, and the child is telling the daddy not to cry. Together, we'll go find a brand new mommy. Oh, touch your heart there.
I've got to go to the correction department.
What'd you do?
That was Barbara Billingsley from Leave It to Beaver
That done what?
that spoke jive.
Oh, was it?
And now I'm going back and picturing it exactly right. That wasn't
was
Florence
Barbara?
Henderson. That was Barbara Billingsley. That was Beaver's mama.
That
It
was
sure was. Thank you so much.
Do you remember where he's trying to walk in the pilot into the airport, and he gets stopped by everybody wanting donations, and he's fighting his way to get in?
all the monks?
Yeah,
Yeah. In the orange garb. Yeah.
Is everybody wanting $1 out of you? It's kind of like going to Walmart.
You know, when I went to Chicago O'Hare, that wasn't a movie. They all over the place up there.
Yeah, they are.
Yes, I was like, hey, man, you.
Do you know the opening line to this song, Odie?
Oh,
Well, how about the chorus of I drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry.
Yeah.
Met some good old boys doing whiskey and rye. Something like that. 7 minutes or so of, singing. There's a lot of people that know every word to this. American
when it
Pie.
starts playing, I can sing along with it.
Yeah, I don't think he done anything other than this ever. He's had many ex-wives and other things to, Don McLean. He's the guy that done it. I saw Garth do it at Central Park one time, and I think he joined him on stage.
Oh, wow.
This show I absolutely loved as a kid.
The original.
Yes, they
This one.
always saved
Yep.
folks and helped out.
Yeah.
Anybody remember 72?
That was
No,
emergency.
it sure was. You know who this guy is?
Yeah.
Take a good look at him, Odie.
I'm trying to think of his name.
He would be the bar owner in Roadhouse.
That's right. That's right.
I don't know what his real name is, but I didn't know that for the longest because you'd look at him and go, I know him from somewhere. This other old boy was kind of like what women were wild after in the day.
Yeah.
We don't know his name either, but it'll be okay.
Yeah.
Let's go back to 1974 with Debut Tonight. They would have an extra son when it started, and then lo and behold, he'd disappear and you'd never hear him again.
Yeah, they got rid of him.
Whoop, happy days. Sunday, Monday,
Happy days, Tuesday, Wednesday.
and the Fonz.
Hey.
All he could have to do is hit the jukebox.
And whichever song he wanted to play, come on.
A little bitty fellow there who could whoop up on bigger folks. Just
That's
about.
right.
This was funny.
They could eat a Subway sandwich in a heartbeat.
They could. 1977, this was back when Saturday Night Live was the most hilarious show on TV. It had Dan Aykroyd, and the list goes on with Steve Martin and all the people that were on there. Anybody remember how they drink the beer? The Coneheads.
And you know they had the ring that went around their head?
Yeah, they sure did. But they'd open one beer and turn the whole six-pack up, wouldn't they? Oh, how times have flowed.
Rick said, is there garbage pickup today? Yes. And the reason I know that is because I was behind it.
There you go.
So,
Answer.
Yes, they are out picking up.
1979, it took me a while to figure out who this guy was. Drew Brees was born. Did he get in some controversy not long ago by something he said?
Oh.
It seemed like he done something that people got mad at him about.
You know, a few people,
And didn't he backtrack, didn't he?
I can't remember what it was, but he says that very few people got upset. He's the one that during a game, he broke a record, and I can't remember which one it was, but he broke a record, and they kind of knew that it was going to happen. So his wife and his kids were already on the sideline, and he took the football, went over to his kids, knelt down to them, and says, "Kids, you can do anything you want to do in life as long as you work at it." That was his celebration. He didn't hoot and holler and all that. He went and talked to his kids and said that, and then turned around, went back and got in the game. But great guy, great quarterback, led the Saints to a Super Bowl, and now he is retired and living life.
Largely.
Very large.
Never watched this show. I know it was big. It was just on at times that I didn't watch television back in the day. As Hill Street Blues premiered in 1981. Did you ever watch it?
No, I don't know what it was. I think I tried. I just couldn't get into it. Wasn't my
I'm with you on that. I didn't watch it either. I can still hear that theme music, and then I'd go click. It was gone.
Yeah.
2014, somebody entered rehab today. Yeah, it happens. He was a big old boy. Trace Atkins.
Well,
He's entered several times, I think.
I mean,
Had a little mishap there with a impersonator on a cruise ship that he didn't like.
you don't want to mess with him. He's a big boy. You can tell there he's big, but you just wait until you get
Eyeball to
you see
eyeball.
him. I mean, that fella's got a foot on you.
16 is what he wears. 16.
Got to walk up to a doorbell backwards just to ring it.
You remember the TV show Grizzly Adams?
I watched it every
I did
Sunday.
too. And it had Uncle Jesse before, well, he became Uncle Jesse on the show.
Yeah.
Dan Haggerty passed away on this day back in 2016. There's a lot of folks that go, well, I don't know him. It was a big show at one time.
YouTube it or whatever you got to do, but watch that show.
Old Gentle Ben, he'd come on out. Old Bear was good friends. We would lose a country music legend. He would start as a radio host, and then he would make his way to a new format, a new television station called TNN on cable. He would be the host, and he would quickly become the face of Nashville throughout America.
Yeah.
We would lose
No
Ralph
big.
Emery.
Wow.
He was mentioned in a couple of country songs there, like How to Be a Country Star. You got to learn to sing like Waylon or pick like Jerry Reed. Great song there. Or
2 years ago.
Be built somewhat like Dolly. It was in the song there. But if you have no talent, and if you're not a male, come backstage and ask for Odie. He'll see that you get an audition.
That's right. We'll take care of that.
Oh, let's see here. That's a quick look at what happened today in history. As we begin this, we're coming back with more updates of what's going on throughout the area. Don't rush off. It's something we'll all learn together.
Yeah.
Patrick Allen Companies has a wide selection of garage doors that will fit your style, add value to your home, and add curb appeal to your neighborhood. Patrick Allen also has top-of-the-line, energy-efficient replacement windows that will make your home look great while saving you money. We're family-owned and operated, and we take pride in our work. 5305 Highway 14. J&J Tire and Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes, with the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian. And we are back. Odie mentioned this a moment ago, and we send heartfelt condolences this morning as the word is out, as we have lost one of our own.
You know, Hank Floyd was supervisor for Lauderdale County District 1 for 16 years. The boardroom is named after him in his honor. Did a lot of good for Lauderdale County. Great guy. Really enjoyed sitting down and talking with him when we had the chance. But heart and prayers go out to the family as we learn about his passing this morning.
And if you're going deer hunting, don't let this happen to you.
Yeah. I've had a few of them go in there and look at me and say, "It's safe, he's asleep."
That does happen, y'all.
Yeah.
It's not made up. It does just kind of boom, there it is.
Well, you know, we had that one where our airplane landed in a green field and fire trucks and my truck and the other trucks is going down this road with lights on, and next thing you know, this guy comes out of his hunting shack and he was like, "What is going on?" Well, airplane just crashed right over here. You didn't hear it? No, I've been asleep.
You should have said we hear you. You should have said we hear you hunting over corn. We come to give you a ticket.
If you don't go get it up real quick.
As we learn of a tragedy this weekend, Highway 18 is where it would happen. An 18-wheeler and a truck would collide. Smith County, a gentleman lost his life from Florence. John Keaton passed away at the scene. We pass along condolences to the family members of that accident.
Definitely.
Horrible for those things to happen. And another reason we urge you to be careful and not travel unless you absolutely have to. Well, yesterday it got to be real festive there in Russell, Mississippi.
Yeah, it did.
I was just sitting over there getting Ethel a snow cone, and there it was, hung right there on the railroad tracks.
Well, you know, me and Amy we were shopping. We went to grab a few groceries.
You see that car there?
And,
keep that car in mind in just a second.
All right. While we were in there, I run across Brandon, and he's Norfolk Police. And we talked and, you know, "Hey, how you doing? Get ready for the heat." And he goes, "Yeah." I said, "I just come in to get a few things. We've got a train coming in. It's on its way in now, coming right through Tumsuba, and I've got to be back down here in just a minute." So we went our separate ways, and then it wasn't but just another minute. Pagers go off, phone goes off, it's dispatch. There's a truck stuck on a train track. And I was like, "Oh, no." So now I'm on the phone calling Brandon. Stop the train, it's coming through there.
I really didn't think they were going to get the train stopped, Odie.
I didn't either. So you've got that picture of where that train stopped at.
Yeah, let's go down through here. Here's right there's where the truck was at. And what they did was he unloaded a few cars to get it unstuck.
Yep.
Here's the train.
Where they finally stopped. That's about 100 yards.
Yeah, it could have been bad.
1 minute later, getting notification, it could have had a mess.
If you'll see here, this is where the low boy got hung. Always remember, we see this downtown next to Chick-fil-A all the time. That little hump there, low boys do not go over humps well at all.
No, and you can tell that's a fairly big hump, especially on that northern side.
Oh, look, that black car again.
Ooh,
let's-
so it was on there.
There it is, and let's. Oh, look what happened to the black car.
Ooh, I bet you get a discount.
It's a Mercedes minus a bumper.
Huh, they didn't need that no way.
I guess that's better than losing the 25 cars.
Yeah.
Now, explain this, Odie. I did not know about this before now.
So every home's got an address out there. Every railroad crossing, no matter where it's at, has an address. And that crossing is 725 457Y. So when you call that 1-800 number and you call them before you call 911, you call that number and that goes to a central hub that looks at every train on every track in the entire country. And you tell them you've got a truck stuck on this crossing, and they are able to look up there immediately and find out where a truck's at or a train, if you've got a train coming, and they can send a signal directly to that train to say, stop, there's something up ahead. Don't just think, oh, well, I'm only going to be here for another minute. I can probably get off of this track, because you don't know where those trains are. That train coming through there doing 70 mile an hour.
Yeah.
And they can't stop. Luckily, and the truck driver wasn't the one that called it in. Another bystander called 911 and put this out, and we were able to get the right people at the right time to send the
As you
signal
would
to
say,
get this thing stopped.
by the hair of your chinny chin chin.
You got that right. God intervened on this one and was able to send that message and stop that train within 100 yards. That is, by the grace of God, we should say, did not turn out bad.
I have forgotten the name of the pup that I kept Friday. I think this was Friday afternoon. A wreck happened downtown, and I stopped and I took pictures. And as the ambulance came, they took the driver away, and then also the passenger. And there's the dog sitting there going, "Hey, hey!"
What about me?
I kept the dog until family members could, and I should have taken a picture of the pup. He was a pretty little fellow there. And so I kept him until family members could arrive to give him a ride home there, because he couldn't go to the hospital too.
Well,
But
that's good.
the got a little damage there. Meridan Police Department on scene, and I didn't get run off from this one.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I guess that's the first wreck there at the new government complex.
I believe it is. Here's another view of that, Odie. I'm saying it's got some tire issues now.
Well, that right there, yeah, it needs an alignment.
Major alignment.
Yeah.
That's some of the things that happen there. We'll be right back. More to come as we start this
Yeah.
morning, just for you. Don't rush off. If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
Odie, I know we had an anniversary, and I'm trying to find it to where somebody copied it. Said this morning, happy anniversary to someone.
Oh, yep. We're getting closer.
Oh,
We're almost there.
42nd anniversary yesterday.
Yesterday. So Alan Carlisle. So, man, that's
I don't see it.
I guess that's all he put on there. So happy anniversary.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of jobs out there that I'd like to have. I'd like to do if I had to redo things. There's a lot of jobs that I'm saying, you know, I would do that. But let me tell you what one of the hardest jobs it's got to be,
What's that?
especially this week. somebody asked if the trash was running. Can you imagine that fella that's got a ride on the back of that truck?
Odie.
Now he's not making chump change. And the days like today and tomorrow will tell you why. You got to hang on. I've got one of them battery operated coats.
Yeah, it wouldn't last all day.
I don't know if it would help, really. You have to put it on under 2 or 3 more things. Golly.
Bless it.
If y'all see them today, be careful for them. Watch out for them. Help them stay safe. But first, say thank you. They make it to where you don't have to take your own trash out. And what they're having to do, happy day, happy whatever.
Yeah.
Y'all give them, because thank you is what they need.
All right, let me mention an accident that happened by Newton on Sunday morning as I woke the chief up. I said, Chief. He said, what are you calling me for? I said, you got a wreck. He said, really? I said, yeah. He said, well, my guys must be out there. So he calls back and he lets me know. And sure enough, this is the accident that happened. This was an 18-wheeler. As you're leaving I-20 there, right around the curve there, it just kept going straight, Odie.
Ooh, ow.
Happened at 4 a.m. It would take hours before it was cleaned up. A helicopter had to land and take one to the hospital. Another one was rushed by ambulance, but one was airlifted. We don't know the outcome of how they're doing. We hope the best as we find out that news there. That's the most I can say about that. A bunch of deer accidents happened over the weekend. We don't want to leave anything out. We had an accident by Johnson Toyota Friday night where a car rolled over in a ditch. Pretty bad scene there, what we saw on that incident scene also. We had this out by Clarkdale. We had an accident there that happened. Had some children, and one of the Tommy Bears was used.
Yeah, that is awesome. A big
From the
thank
Moose,
you
Tommy Moose. I said
Tommy
it wrong.
Moose, yeah.
Was handed to the kids, kept them calmed down.
From the Moose Lodge. That is something.
They responded as quickly as they could get there on that. As we mentioned earlier a minute ago, sometimes you think you're having a bad day. Your day's not as bad as these folks as we go to Clark County. This is a home that was lost last night.
Yeah.
Just bad there.
That is terrible.
Over the weekend, that's just keep them in mind as they go about their ways to get everything done, get their lives back together, so to speak. There. Let's see here what else we had happen this weekend. Let's go back to radar. And
let's touch on it. And a happy birthday to Lebo Robinson. He
really?
finally made it to the 5-0 Club.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Also, Tiffany's having a birthday.
Tiffany Legger. We don't know. Maybe she's in the 29 Club.
Could be. We don't know.
Yeah.
Here's current radar as we go back to Meridan Honda radar this morning to take a look at what we got. Boy, that's some heavy snow up toward Tupelo.
Yes, it is.
Hot Springs, Arkansas getting a lot. Murfreesboro, Tennessee, all around Nashville, over to Knoxville. Look at that. Now, as we get into Mississippi, we are showing some sleet here. Here's Columbus. Here's Mississippi State. Already getting a little bit of sleet there.
Knox will be starting to see some.
Getting a little bit, Winston County, this is going to be out on 25 here coming in. Let's see here. Let's show some locations here. Here's Walmart. This is going to be Highway 14 there. We got a little bit there coming in to town. And nothing showing up here yet, but as you look at all these areas here, winter weather advisory, wind chill, and hard freeze warning for all these areas there. Kosciuszko, just out to the west of you there at Durant, we got some sleet coming down at this point.
Yeah.
A lot happening today with the weather. We're going to be behind the scenes watching this closely throughout it, and we'll break in and let you know anything that happens as it comes about today. Have we left anything off this morning?
I don't think so. If you have an emergency, call 911. Let us know. Non-emergency lines as well. Again, the closed trailer is going to be at 2900 St. Paul Street in Meridian at the multi-county building, the MCCSA Mount Barton off of 29th Avenue and North Frontage Road. So go by there if you need something. They've got hats, they got socks, jackets. It's free. It's free. Go by and get what you need to keep warm. Check on the elderly.
We have no idea about school. Somebody asked about that. That will be made at a later date and time. They will make that decision.
Yeah, so we don't know what their decision is going to be. And for some kids, the best place to be may be school. So we'll see. We'll talk to them. And
Look at this, Odie. I just noticed this. Ooh, down here around Macomb, Mississippi, we're getting a little bit of stuff there.
yeah,
Just thought y'all might want to know that.
I'm going to pull up this number right here.
Okay.
Somebody asked what the non-emergency phone number is, and that's 486-4952 for
again.
dispatch. 601-486-4952 is the non-emergency phone number.
As always, we'll be right around the corner. Should it become a threat, we'll go live and let you know it, and we'll post anything in between that we need to know to keep us all going throughout the community. East Mississippi, across the state of Mississippi, we'll be here watching it very carefully. Odie, we got to go.
That's it. Stay safe. If you've got to get out, make sure you get out early so you have plenty of time. Bridges are going to freeze. Be careful there. But remember that we love you, but we can't love you as enough as Jesus does. Jesus loves you. God loved you so much that he sent his son to die for you and I. Make a special day, a special place in your heart to put Jesus and have him join you for the rest of your life to get eternal life. Thank y'all. See y'all tomorrow.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.